New day, new sabotage on the Russian railway. On the night of July 8th, unidentified persons set fire to 2 relay cabinets and 1 battery cabinet near the Balakireva station. As a result of the arson, the equipment burned down completely. At the same time, the relay cabinet was also set on fire in the Kirov region, on the Kirov-Krasnoselsky stretch. It also burned out completely.
It was set on fire. Someone set it on fire, it looks like.
In the first days of May, 2 railway tracks were blown up in the Bryansk region. 2 freight trains derailed. They, in addition to oil products and building materials, also transported chemical components that are used for military purposes.
That locomotive lies in the bushes.
Sabotage, as a result of which various equipment fails, is becoming more and more in Russia. Unknown people blow up railway tracks, power transmission line pylons. They make attempts to set fire to military registration and enlistment offices. And on the territory of the Chkalov aircraft plant in Novosibirsk, in mid-May, a mothballed Su-24 bomber was set on fire. Partisan movements are actively developing in Russia, and the secret services are not always able to find the perpetrators of sabotage, not to mention how to prevent them. The Kremlin turned out to be powerless in front of the Russian volunteer formations fighting on the side of Ukraine. They were repeatedly able to freely cross the border in the Belgorod region.
Maybe is it enough to be sacrificial sheep and silent accomplices of Putin's crimes? Isn't it time to become heroes and take the fate of the motherland into your own hands? You should fight for the brighter future, for yourself and your children.
But the Russian security forces demonstrated their helplessness to the maximum on June 24th, when the founder of the Wagner PMC, Prigozhin, and his mercenaries began a rebellion.
Under the control of military facilities in Rostov, including the airfield, the chief of the general staff fled from here as soon as he learned that we were approaching the building.
The Wagner troops, without meeting resistance, marched hundreds of kilometers towards Moscow. The most important thing that happened, military analysts say, is that the rebellion was not crushed, it just ended, and by this it demonstrated panic, the inaction of the army and special services, and the impunity of the rebels, and it showed the lack of support for Putin among the population and elites, according to Russian historian Andrei Zubov.
We are now facing the possibility of a third time of troubles, which quite obviously has already begun with the rebellion of Prigozhin, and what fruits this troubled time will reap, we do not know. But it is clear that they will be more than during the civil war 100 years ago. Andrei Zubov, Russian historian, in an interview with Current Time.
The front line is gradually moving to the territory of Russia. Along with this, the level of support for the war among Russians is also falling, military analysts say. All this leads to the fact that protest moods are intensifying in Russia. Reported by Serhiy Kulyas, Natalia Husak, UATV News.